Guys, Jeff Howard here at Kiteboarding.com, and we've got the new Ozone Flux. This is their new wing that's coming out. It's got the ultralight Dacron type material, like the SLS type materials, really lightweight. It's really cool. This is the first one that Ozone has brought out with stiff handles. This is something I've been waiting on, and they definitely nailed it on the handles. Getting that angle right, a lot of people don't recognize that. You get a good straight strut. The straighter you get this material without extra bends in there, the stiffer the strut will overall be throughout it. So if you try to bend things, it's definitely going to allow more flex. So that's something that Rob does. He likes a straight strut back in here. And then what they've done is they angled the handles. Now your front one's a little smaller. This is a 3 meter. I haven't seen any of the bigger ones yet, and I'm wondering if they're gonna run the bigger handle in the front. This is a rubber piece up here, like a bumper, so you don't bump your board, because some people say that the hard plastic's been hitting the edge of their board. So it's got a bumper here, but it looks like this bumper's removable, so it could be positioned onto different ones. So maybe the bigger wings have 2 of the big handles, maybe these smaller ones have the small with the big on the back. Again, I've only been messing with the 3, so that's a really cool thing. But overall, it's very, very lightweight. They've got the flag out handle here on the front with a nice little material type pad, because that's wear and tear of touching. It's got a good stiffness to it, but not too much. You don't want these just rock hard. You don't want them to not move, because when you're flagging out a wing, it's going to move a little bit, and it's not always taking your wrist with it. You've got a little bit of motion while the wing plays. I've messed with a lot of wings that have a dead, hard, solid front handle. That's not my opinion. It's not something I like. I like a nice, soft, cush, stiff enough that gives that direction, but really nice in there. It's got a webbing as your leash connection. It's got inflation is their standard Boston. So you have a Boston on the strut. They're individual. It doesn't have any kind of one pump in there. So you can pump up your strut, have it a little bit stiffer if you want, or your leading edge being a little bit stiffer with a little less. So it's all adjustable. So it's a 2-pump type system on there and pumps up fairly quick. They've done a lot of great reinforcement through here. This is a taped double leading edge seam with webbing reinforcement, and internally here this is doubled as well. So this is the high load area. This is what a lot of wings need to put the stiffness into that wing, is building up the internal. Now the overall shape of the wing, it's really nice. It looks like Rob's got this nice and tight all the way across here in tension. So when this thing flags out, I got out there to do all kinds of 360s and tacks and jibes, and really decreases that drag. I like a cell that stays as smooth as possible, doesn't sit there and flutter a whole lot. If it does, it causes so much drag, and he's got this really, really nice and clean. Windows seem like a very usable in the location. So right where you're looking at right here, the bottom one really, it's a little bit down there, but mainly it's this one here. You're looking right where you're going to be turning, where you can angle in there. I like that window placement. A really cool thing that they did on their cell material. So to decrease wear and give you a lot more longevity, they came in and put a heavier duty right around the luff curve. This is where you get a lot of stretching, and because of that material being a lighter weight. So they run the standard lighter weight here in the middle, heavier weight in the luff curve, and heavier weight along the trailing edge. That whole piece along the trailing edge is a heavier duty material, as well as they've got the grain of the material running the right way. I love that in the design, because high load areas get that bias running directionally across where the load is. So when that cell wants to billow out, it has a nice strength to it, and it doesn't have that stretch diagonal across the bias. So he's got all those materials running in those directions. All in all, this is really going to be a sweet wing. I cannot wait to get the 4s and the 5. Those are mainly the standard. But the really cool part about this 3 is there's a lot of 3 meters out there that have little to no grunt in them, as well as their power range is very minimal. It didn't have a lot of power. It's either on or off real quick with your angle of attack. This 3 meter had a lot more power range to it. As I was trying to get power out of it, didn't hit the stall point as quick as many other 3 meters that I've ridden. So I'm really stoked to ride some of the other sizes in this. But all in all, they've done a fantastic job. This is their first time putting handles on here. I am told that these handles will be removable in some way, so you can take them on and off, and I'm hoping they can get it where they can switch them to different size wings, so you can carry one set of handles, or just have 3 and it'll work on everything. Not sure yet. It'll be cool to see that. But all in all, they did a fantastic job. Super lightweight, super responsive in how it flies and changing sides, as well as it's a very balanced wing. I didn't sense any back pressure at all. It just sit there and just floated along. The pump is really nice. It's got a real good feel balance to that, and a pump that wants to go forward. Anyway, that's Jeff Howard here at Wingboarding.com with the brand new Ozone handled Flux wing. This thing is gonna be sweet.